What's going on, guys, and welcome to the second straight episode of WWE Network and Chill in the last 24 hours. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and right here on the show, every single week, I break down all the content I watch on the WWE Network. Today, we're talking the Season 2 finale of Total Bellas. If you haven't already checked it out, check out my review of the Hounds of the Highway episode of Ride Along, the return of Ride Along on the WWE Network that aired last week after Raw. Talked about it on WWE Network and Chill in a special episode that went up yesterday. So what I'll be doing going forward, now that Total Bellas is wrapped up, I'll be talking about the Season 2 finale momentarily. Total Divas is coming back on Wednesday. Now, by and large, Total Bellas, Season 2 anyway, has been pretty uneventful. Overall, has been enjoyable at certain points, but overall very uneventful. Not the case with the finale, which I'll talk about momentarily. But I am very much looking forward to the Season 7 debut of Total Divas this coming Wednesday. So I will continue to review Total Divas. I talked about Season 1 about a year ago here on the show, so you can check out my thoughts on the premiere season from many, many years ago, from a year ago here on the channel, but it aired 4 years ago, right here on WWE Network and Chill from late 2016. But since I'll be watching it anyway, I might as well continue to review Total Divas here on the channel. So I'll probably put up those reviews. Since they air on Wednesdays, I'll probably put them up on Thursday or Friday, probably Friday or Saturday. And then on Monday, I'll continue to talk about whatever's airing on the WWE Network. Because now WWE is finally airing new content on the network beyond just story time, which was great, but it wasn't worthy of reviewing. Now we're finally getting new episodes of Ride Along. Table for 3, I think, is airing tonight after Raw. So I'll talk about that stuff also here in the channel while also reviewing Total Divas. Anyway, so the Season 2 finale of Bellamania, culminating everything that this season has been built around, from Nikki being proposed to by John Cena at WrestleMania 33, and Brie Bella finally giving birth to Birdie Joe. So at the start of the show, WrestleMania week has arrived. Nikki Bella does... A majority of the episode is all about Nikki, I should say. The first 45 minutes is all about Nikki and her seemingly final match at WrestleMania, her injury, getting ready for WrestleMania, etc., etc. So she does a lot of press at the Access, at WrestleMania Fan Access, before Access begins with the press. I remember being there, so this episode was not only great for what it had to offer with the birth and the proposal and stuff like that, but I was at WrestleMania 33. So watching the show back brings back a lot of memories. I was at Access, I was at Mania, so it brings back a lot of memories of being there at the shows and at those events, because it was a lot of fucking fun and the greatest weekend of my life. So anyway, she does press for WrestleMania before Mania, obviously. Bryan talks about leaving for WrestleMania with Brie. Now, they never say that if Bryan went to WrestleMania weekend or not, because he was never at WrestleMania. He was not at WrestleMania, and he was not on SmackDown the following Tuesday. So I'm not sure if he ever made it out. They do say, obviously, they gave birth to Birdie Joe in, I think, late April, because she was very late, so they had to give her a C-section, which I'll talk about. It wasn't a natural birth, but they had to do what they had to do. Anyway, though, so Bryan says he's not sure if he's going to be there for the birth of his baby girl, but I'm not sure if he ended up leaving for WrestleMania. They make it sound like he did, and then he was back in time, which would have made sense, but I don't remember him being a part of WrestleMania weekend. He wasn't last year, because it was rumored that he was depressed, and I'm pretty sure he was. He talked about that in Season 1 of Total Bellas. But I'm not sure if he was there for WrestleMania 33 weekend. I'm not sure if that was ever really said. He says he will be there for the birth of Birdie Joe, but I think he makes it back. He obviously makes it back in time, but they don't give birth. She doesn't give birth until late April, so of course he's going to be there. I remember he took time off after, like, the SmackDown that I went to, I think on April 11th. So I'm pretty sure he was there. He must have been, because he was on SmackDown the following week when I went in Boston, and that was the final SmackDown he went to before Birdie Joe was born a few weeks later. Anyway, so that's another story. Nikki Bella meets with fans. Oh, no, he was there. He was at WrestleMania weekend because he was doing fucking autograph signings. He was inside the Elimination Chamber at Fan Access. So yes, he was there. He was not a part of, like, the on-air stuff. He wasn't at WrestleMania or on WrestleMania TV, whatever. And he wasn't on SmackDown, I don't think. But he was there in Orlando. I know that for a fact, because I remember that they were doing all these autograph signings, and they had Finn Balor was there too, but they had Bryan, and he was inside the chamber, and I told Jason, I'm good with meeting Bryan because I've already met him before, so I'm good. But yeah, he was there, so that clears that up. Anyway, so Nikki Bella meets with fans prior to WrestleMania. She arrives at the Hall of Fame with John Cena. She checks out the WrestleMania set with Natalya. Mama Bella and JJ arrive at WrestleMania to support Nikki. They watch from the press box up above before getting seats at ringside for her match. Brie is not there. Vivian is at home with Lauren. I forgot her name for a second. JJ's wife. Lauren is watching over Vivian back at home with Brie, and Brie's grandmother, Nikki's grandmother, whatever, the Bella Twins' grandmother, is also at home with Brie watching WrestleMania. So only JJ and Mama Bella make it out to watch Mania live, to see Nikki Bella's final match live. And anyway, so Brie is really nervous for Nikki. She doesn't really know what she'll be capable of and her limitations given her injury, the nature of her injury. Al Roker from the fucking Today Show, I think is where he's from. He does the announcing for the match. John Cena's mom is at ringside too, which is interesting because they talk about how Cena's mom never makes it out to a show. She has never seen John Cena live, which is fucking crazy. He's been doing this for 15 years, and he has never been able to be seen live by his mom. His mom has never been there live to see one of his matches, which I find that very hard to believe. We see Mr. Cena, his dad, all the time, but we've never seen his mom at a show, which is fucking crazy. So that's nuts. Anyway, so Nikki says she has fun. The match wasn't really anything special. It was a fine match, but after the great storyline building up the bout, you expected something more. But it was fucking Cena and Nikki versus Miz and Maurice. It wasn't going to be an instant classic, but she says she has fun. Anyway, so after the match, as you can tell, John Cena takes the mic. He proposes to Nikki. Everyone starts crying. Nikki starts crying. Mama Bella starts crying. JJ films it all. Grandma Bella back at home starts crying. Brie goes crazy. Lillian goes crazy. Vivian goes crazy. And I'm just kidding about Vivian, but everyone else starts crying. I almost started crying. It was an amazing moment. Loved Grandma Bella going nuts for the proposal. She's marking out. She's loving it. Mama Bella starts crying. I thought it was a great moment. You know what? Fuck you. I know the E! Network took out the booze for Cena and Nikki when Cena was proposing. There was a lot of assholes at WrestleMania that were booing the proposal and chanting no. Well, you know what? Fuck you, buddy. You almost ruined a good moment. This was a great feel-good moment. And they filmed it as such. They took out all the negativity, and I loved it. Loved reliving it because I expected it to happen. I knew it would happen. I told people years ago that John Cena would one day propose to Nikki Bella, and people didn't believe me. They said, no, it's not going to happen. Give up on it. I said they wouldn't be fucking having a show with Nikki in it, with Cena constantly talking about fucking marriage and whatever, and how he's not going to do it unless he was eventually going to propose to Nikki. And he did. And it was great. I loved it. Anyway, so they do interviews backstage after the match. John Cena talks about how there's 4.5 carats in the fucking center of the ring, of the proposal ring, the engagement ring or whatever, which is ridiculous, but apparently it signifies that they've been together for 4.5 years by that point, which is nuts. Typical Cena fashion, getting Nikki this super expensive ring. But anyway, so Brie gets home with Brie. Bryan, that's very confusing. Bryan gets home with Brie. Brie wants to have a natural birth despite being a week late, but it's just not going to be possible. They go to the hospital to get induced. Nikki joins Brie and Bryan in the hospital. They do a lot. There's no movement, so they're getting a bit nervous. So they have to do a C-section, which I could have done without. They didn't have to necessarily film that. Didn't have to see that, but birth is beautiful, after all. Brie says that Birdie Joe looks exactly like Bryan. It's his mini-me, and now they have a family of 3, Bryan, Brie, and Birdie Joe. So that is it, guys. That is Season 2 of Total Bellas. This episode was called the Bellamania. You can check it out, I believe, on the E! Network. They'll probably air it again before the Season 7 debut, the premiere of Total Divas this coming Wednesday on the E! Network. But I liked this episode a lot. I liked this episode and being there for WrestleMania. Brought back memories. Very feel-good episode with Nikki getting proposed to by Cena and the birth of Birdie Joe. So again, overall, if I had to say anything about Total Bellas, it's not a bad show. Just a lot of it was very expected. You know, Nikki and Brie fight. They make up. This happens. They fight with their mom. They make up. Very uneventful show. JJ, I started to like JJ a lot more through Total Bellas than I ever did on Total Divas. The guy came across like a fucking joke on Total Divas, but loved him on Total Bellas. He was great to watch. Love the season finale. You don't have to watch all 8 episodes. Check out my reviews. I implore you to listen to my reviews of Total Bellas, but no real need to check out the entire show because it's not that newsworthy of a show, except for this one. I thought this episode was awesome, and they really ended it on the right note. So anyway, guys, like I said, I'll be back Friday maybe with my thoughts on the Season 7 debut premiere of Total Divas this coming Wednesday. That'll probably be up either on Friday or Saturday. And then next Monday here on the WWE Network and Chill show, I'll talk about my thoughts of the return of Table for 3. I don't know who's on it, but as of this recording, but I'll talk about that and whatever else airs new on the WWE Network after Raw in the coming weeks. All that being said, guys, be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. All that stuff is greatly appreciated. Have a great rest of your week, guys. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews. Enjoy Halloween tomorrow, and I'll catch your ass down the road.